With Halloween approaching, we find out what's been scaring and delighting people in the capital. Now it's that time of year where ghosts and ghouls can be spotted across the capital. With just a few days to go until Halloween, there is some spooky activity across London this weekend. And some people are already getting into the spirit, like Wendy, who's got some tales to tell.
Well, anyone walking along the embankment at the moment will hear the dulcet tones of monstrous noises coming from the Somerset House entrance. I'm in the jaws of it at the moment, and that is because just in time for Halloween they have a new exhibition on. It's called The Horror Show, and it's extraordinary. I've been for a little bit of a look around today.
There are ghoulish faces, creepy figures leering as you pass. Typical deathly ephemera. But there is much more to the horror show at Somerset House. These guys, for example, are made out of cake. A quote from the director of the Halloween movies best sums up the concept here.
John Carpenter said horror is a reaction, not a genre. And I think that, in a way, unlocks the key to the horror show. You know, this isn't a show about the genre of horror. You're not going to see all the classic horror movies and all the classic tropes of horror here. What you're going to see is very, very creative individuals reacting to the horrors that they find around them in the world.
So it starts with the subculture of the 70s and 80s, how young people feeling marginalised and outsiders anyway would make themselves monstrous when they went out to the clubs. The show is divided into 3 horror archetypes: monster, ghost and witch. From there it explores the rebellions happening in times we have lived and are living now. This part of the exhibition asks the question, what is a witch in the modern world? Installations by famous artists are curated alongside items pulled from a dusty box under the bed, relics from eras past. And some things we thought better not to show in too much detail at tea time, as they're a little disturbing.
I think the show, for me, it says resilience. It shows a very distinct, rebellious, anarchic kind of British resilience. Within this show, there's a toolkit telling you how to kind of rise up and be heard.
That is so hopeful. That's probably the most hopeful thing I've heard, and I did not think I would get that from the horror show. So that's the exhibition here. Of course, it is a blockbuster at the Somerset House, and it comes with blockbuster prices. If your budget is not as high as that, we found 1 or 2 things that you can do with the family this weekend that are Halloween themed. You can head to Belgravia, for example, and there they've got a pumpkin trail around the shops, many of the shop fronts done up all sort of autumnal and harvesty. Or you can head over to the Halloween Woods Trail. That's at Marble Hill House. There's a short trail in Richmond through the weekend and again on Monday, and the creations there, I'm told, are made by the kindergarten children. In the city there is a free family Halloween trail at the Charterhouse in Charterhouse Square. That's tomorrow from 4:30 in the afternoon. And there's also, if you are in Woodford, a Halloween party. You can get free tickets at the William Morris Bar and Kitchen, and that's on Sunday from 5 o'clock. When I was having a look for those, I noticed lots and lots of parties for young people, so more than I could possibly list. One thing is for sure, the commute on Monday will be well populated with zombies.
I hope not.